Right now, something just moved in your peripheral vision. You didn't see it, not because it was small, because your brain decided it didn't matter. In 1999, 2 Harvard researchers proved that you can look directly at something, eyes open, fully focused, and your brain will delete it completely, and you'll have no idea it happened. Here's the worst part. The people it happened to were convinced they had seen everything. Simons and Christopher Chabris gave volunteers a simple task. Watch a short video. Count how many times the players in white passed the basketball. That's it. About half the subjects counted correctly. But halfway through the video, a person in a full gorilla suit walks into the frame, beats their chest, stands there, walks out. 50% of the subjects never saw it, not glanced past it, never registered it at all. When Simons told them, they didn't believe him. They asked to watch the video again, and then they saw it. Massive, obvious, impossible to miss. They weren't embarrassed. They were shaken because they'd been completely sure they had watched carefully. Stop for a second. You're thinking, I would have seen it. That's exactly what every single subject said beforehand. This is called inattentional blindness. When your brain locks focus onto one task, it physically suppresses everything outside that target. Not filters it, suppresses it. Your eyes can be aimed directly at an object. Your brain can still refuse to process it. Simons ran the study dozens of times. Same result, every time. Half the subjects. Gone. And all of them confident. In 2013, a Harvard Medical School researcher embedded a tiny gorilla image into a lung scan. Not hidden, visible sitting there in the image. 83% of trained radiologists missed it. These are experts who read scans every single day. They were focused. That was the problem. The more precisely your brain targets something, the harder it works to block out everything else. Radiologists looking for cancer couldn't see a gorilla, and they had no sensation of missing anything. That's the part that should disturb you. Inattentional blindness doesn't feel like a gap. It feels like complete attention. A University of Utah study found that driving while talking on a hands-free phone is statistically as dangerous as drunk driving. Not because your hands are occupied, because your attention is split. And an inattentional blindness fills the space left behind. Drivers looking straight at cyclists, not registering them, looking directly at a red light, running it, fully awake, fully alert, completely blind. In aviation, a well-documented phenomenon called tunnel vision occurs when pilots fixate on one instrument reading and stop processing everything else in the cockpit. In several crash investigations, pilots missed warning lights that were on for minutes before impact. Warning lights designed to be impossible to miss. In 1977, 2 Boeing 747s collided on a runway in Tenerife. 583 people died. The deadliest aviation accident in the history. The cause? The captain missed a radio transmission. He was focused entirely on takeoff clearance. 1 transmission, gone. 583 people. Inattentional blindness doesn't stay in a lab. It scales. Now think about your own life. How many times have you driven a route and arrived with no memory of the journey? Someone said something important in a meeting and it didn't land. A sign you've passed 100 times that you've never once read. Your brain makes thousands of these decisions every second. What matters, what doesn't, and never consults you. Every single moment of your life, your brain is selecting a small slice of reality and deleting the rest. You experience that slice and call it everything. It isn't. Think about a conversation where someone told you something important. It didn't register. Not because you weren't listening, because your brain had already decided what mattered. It filtered the rest before it reached you. You were there. You weren't there. Someone's voice cracked slightly. You didn't notice. Their arms crossed. You kept talking. They said, "I'm fine," but slower than usual. Gone. Your brain was focused on what you wanted to say next. It suppressed everything else. Researchers call this social inattentional blindness. The same mechanism, a different channel. You miss the gorilla in the room. You also miss the person in front of you. Simon spent years after the gorilla study asking one question. If people can't detect what they're missing, if the absence feels like presence, is there any way to fix it? He never found a clean answer. Because the problem isn't distraction. The problem is focus itself. The better you get at paying attention to one thing, the less you see of everything else. And if you can't feel the blind spot, you'll never know what's in it. Next video is darker. Psychologist Saul Kessin spent decades studying what happens when police interrogate innocent people. What he found is that ordinary people, people with nothing to hide, confess to crimes they never committed, not under torture, not under threat, just under pressure and time, and a specific set of psychological techniques. If you think that couldn't happen to you, you're exactly who it happens to. Subscribe. And next video, I'll prove it.